Oi, oi. Hey, YouTube, what is up? Firefist Backhouse here to bring you another live reaction for Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia, Chapter 95, The End of the Beginning and the Beginning of the End. I'm pretty excited for this chapter. Based on where we left off last time, I'm going to thank Toromu, who has all the hands all over him and everything. It's, based on where it ended, I'm hoping or thinking that he might attack Midoriya. But yeah, let's jump right in this. The fundamental battle between good and evil that previous night, the people of the world witnessed a modern myth come to life. The next morning, society was in a state of chaos. TV anime climax Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Oh! The ending of the anime. Okay, at least season 1. I will be doing a live reaction to that. I know I haven't been reviewing the episodes and everything, but I've just been busy. And yeah, I have been watching. I'll probably do like a whole series overview. Oh, my mouse just died. What the frick? Oh well. Chapter 95, The End of the Beginning and the Beginning of the End. So we see the whole cities and, well, that whole area they were fighting in was, destroyed. We see all the aftermath from the battle, and then the news company, Kimono wards half destruction. People are reading the, paper, All Might's true form. The Nomu we captured are just like the ones we've seen before. They have no human-like responses, and it doesn't seem like we'll be able to acquire new information from them. Because the warehouse where they were being kept was destroyed, all we can do to learn about how they are manufactured is to continue our ongoing investigations. So they captured some more Numos. Or Numos. I'm going to say Numu. Load, second page. Oh, okay, that's just the manga stream cover page thingy. It's possible that that warehouse was a fake in the first place. No, it's not exactly the proper environment to be carrying out biological experiments. The location's too obvious too. We're also collecting whatever personal information we can about the villains from the bar, right? That is still presently under investigation. Ugh. Though we captured their leader, Shigaraki, and the rest of his lot all managed to escape. It may be a bit naive to say this, but all things considered, the result was more or less a tie, no? You moron, we lost our symbol of peace. And gosh, we lost our symbol of peace, man. We lost it. That is true. This was the first time everybody other than Midoriya and a few select people knew about his true form. All Might's weakened form was revealed to the world. The symbol of peace that will never fall is no more. Not to the citizens and not to the villains. That is the price we pay for having so much rest on one individual's shoulders. The world was about to see what could happen if a group of idiots gathered together and tried to do something. I am afraid. Our initial profiling suggested that it had all the sophistication of a child's tantrum, but the chief villain, Shigaraki Tomura, every time he adds to his numbers, his criminal plan gets all the more complicated, all the more cognizant of the society around him. Cognizant. That's the word. Sorry, I don't English well sometimes. As I said in my previous video, my One Piece live reaction, some of my pronunciations might not be on point, but it is what it is. Shigakuri is thinking and he is growing, and with the fall of All Might, we've now got even fewer deterrents than before, and their numbers dwindle by the day. Every time the League fails, they get stronger. I don't think they could have wished for more convenient circumstances under which to grow their own power. You think this has all gone according to their plan? Couldn't this just be speculation after the fact? Aren't you being a little too negative? I don't know. However, the one thing I can say for sure is that we have to capture those guys. We, the police, we can no longer just sit around and just receive criminals as they are caught. We must reform our ways. Ooh, the police force is gonna reform their ways. I wonder if maybe they're gonna let some heroes join the police force and everything. Maybe do like a crossbreeding thing. Well, not crossbreeding, but like letting the heroes work with the police force more often and have like other jobs than just taking out the villains. The last flames inside of me have gone out. The symbol of peace is dead. All Might's in the hospital. He's got both of his arms bandaged up and he's just sitting there looking at his hand. Gran Torino's got a band-aid. He's got his left eye bandaged up, and All Might's police buddy, I'm forgetting his name right now. I apologize. Just can't remember everybody's name, especially in a series like this where there's so many heroes and all that other stuff. However, there's still some things I have to do. Shigaki Tomura, Shimura's grandson, huh? That's just what he claimed, right? There's not much basis behind all that, is there? Did neither of you interact at all with the previous generation of the family? Well, Shimaru's husband was killed. Ooh, All Might's mentor's husband was killed? To distance her own child as much as possible from the world of heroes, she gave him up to a foster family. She told Toshinoro and me that under no circumstance did she want any of us to come into contact with her child, even if the worst were to happen to her. And in keeping that promise, instead this happens? How miserable. In parting with her own blood, my master just wanted to do what she could to ensure a life of peace. I have to go find Shigaki. If I do, then he... No! What would you... if you found him? So, what would you do if you found him? You are no longer capable of seeing him as a villain. You would be at a complete loss. No matter what his lineage is, at the end of the day, he's a criminal. Gran Torino makes some good points. If he truly is his master's grandson, he can't really treat him as a criminal because, he has so much respect for his old master and everything. From now on, the search for Shigakuri will be handled by Tsuchikachi and myself. Okay, his name's Tsuchikachi. You will remain at UA and carry out all that it is you must still do. Even if you can no longer be the symbol of peace, All Might is still alive. After that, we met up with Todoroki and the rest and took Kachin to the police. Page 10. Kachin was quiet. Not even half a day later, We all went our separate ways home. Yeah, well then. Hardening, guys. I keep blanking on his name. Thank you, everyone. The three of us are going straight home, right? Yep, really, thank you. See you guys back at school. I should really, I'm gonna probably make notes, so that if I do forget their names, I can just check my notes, or something like that, because I really do hate not knowing their names. Oh, and then, Shoto's checking his phone, and it says, web news, All Might's true form, no longer able to fight, startling revelation. He's just staring at it. Ooh, some crazy stuff's been going on. Huh, Shoto? You didn't return any of my messages after you went off to visit him. I was getting worried. Welcome back. Sorry, sis. Oh, we gotta see his sister. I don't think we've seen it. I can't remember if we've seen anybody in his family other than his dad. He got back just a bit ago. He's been like that since. Okay, so his dad's there. If I remember correctly, I think Shoto also has a brother who's a little bit older than him. And if I remember correctly, if All Might really can no longer stand the front lines, then the position of number 1, training hall. Get up. If something like that can bring you down, then even the stupid villains who are small fries to All Might will be too much for you. Oh, and he's been in the gym. The whole gym is just, there's wall cracked, holes in the floor. It's burning. Not like this. I can't accept it. There's no way I'll accept it. I absolutely cannot accept it. Endeavor, just not accepting that he's basically going to be the number 1 hero because All Might can no longer fight because he doesn't have the one for all. Okay, Meteor's mom. Welcome home, All Might. It looks like he had a tough time. It must have been hard for you to come back, Izuka. Yeah. And then he just goes down on his bed. What happens now? Did we really do the right thing back there? All Might. And he's looking at his phone and then he falls asleep, it looks like. I'm gonna guess. I wonder if now, because All Might doesn't have it, maybe Izuku will be able to control it better. He's sleeping, drooling, his phone goes off. Oh, and then he looks at it. Thud, thud, thud. Hold on. Where are you going? Dinner's almost ready. Later. And he just runs out the door. It was probably All Might that messaged him. Oh. Are we maybe gonna get more explanation of All Might's past? Oh, the beach. Oh, you're finally here. All Might. You took long enough. All Might. Texas. It's smash. And then he punches Meteora and he just coughs out blood. He's on the ground. You really have a hard time doing as you're told. That was inches from the edge. Sheesh, who says you take after me? Meteora, my boy. The truth is, I'm retiring. My body is no longer in a state where I can fight anymore. What? He transformed? Wait, I thought all the flames of One for All were all gone from him. Okay, and then he transformed back into his original self. The last embers of One for All have gone out, and on top of that, I'm not able to maintain my muscle form anymore. That being said, you, every single time, no matter how many times you're told, you come flying out of nowhere looking for trouble. No matter how many times you're told, you continue to break your body. And that's why he's just sitting there holding his face like, This time, for the first time, you were able to get yourself out of harm's way without getting hurt. That makes me incredibly happy. From here on out, I am devoting myself to your development. Despite my condition, we'll do our best, okay? Oh, and he leans in and gives him a hug. All Might, and he's crying. Gonna bring a little tear to my eye, too. You really do have a hard time doing as you're told, don't you? How many times have I told you to stop being a crybaby? The weak, lingering pain in my cheek told me with each throb but one thing. This was the end of the age of All Might. Etched in history, turning over a new leaf. Next chapter, a color cover. Chapter 95 end. And that does it. Pretty good chapter. Basically, the police force, they're tired of just getting the criminals once the heroes have beaten them and everything, and that they want to just change the way they worked and everything. They also believe that Toromo's, plans and everything are just like kids' tantrums and everything. Things don't go his way, he throws a tantrum. They think that maybe everything went according to plan, and now that All Might is no longer the symbol of peace, he doesn't have any of the embers of One for All. He can't maintain his muscle form at the end of the chapter. Everything basically relies on the shoulders of Meteora to carry out the symbol of peace. They took Kachen, to the police. Everybody said their goodbye, went their separate ways. Found out that All Might's master had a husband, he was killed, and to shelter her son from the world of the heroes and everything, put him up to adoption in a foster family, and that they promised no matter what, even if it was the worst case scenario, they would not contact him. All Might wanted to go try and talk to Tamura, who is obviously his master's grandson. Gran Torino said, no, you don't see him as a criminal anymore. It would be a waste of time. It do you no good to go and find him. No matter what you think or what you feel, he is still a criminal. End of the line. No matter what, at the end of the day, he will still be a criminal no matter what. No matter what feelings you have towards him. No matter what past or anything that you would even have with him. Even though you were basically his grandma's, disciple and everything. And then, all the kids were going home. And Shoto's, dad was losing it, getting all mad and everything because he just can't accept the fact that All Might is no longer able to be a hero. He really did want to earn that number one spot, obviously, and hopefully this is going to be some good character development for Endeavor and Shoto as well. Maybe in the future, as we know, this is the story about how Meteora became the world's greatest hero, so more than likely he will be the replacement for the symbol of peace of All Might. Maybe even him and Shoto will fight for the rank of number one in the future. Because they did have a pretty good battle when they fought off in the class exams in the little tournament where it was one-on-one and everything. and then Meteora gets home and everything. But anyway, before that, we met Shoto's sister. So we met somebody else other than Endeavor, even though it was a little bit small when he was at home. We still met her. Then Meteora went home, and his mom was like, "Oh, All Might, it's a bad situation. I'm surprised you'd be home this quick." He basically goes home, he looks at his phone, falls asleep. He gets a message from All Might to go meet him. Meet him at the beach that they first, trained at Meteora cleaned and everything. And then he goes there. His mom's like, "Dinner's almost ready." He's like, "Little later." He gets there, All Might's like, "Texas Smash," and just punches him with his hand. Find out he can't maintain his muscle form, and he tells Meteora, the embers, the last of the embers of All for One have left me. I can no longer be a hero as of today. I am retiring. Basically telling Meteora, you cannot, you do not like to listen to anybody. No matter what you're told, you always go and do what you think is right. And, save people. And for the first time, he actually was able to save somebody without hurting himself, which is really good character development. It shows the development and the control he has overall for One now. So hopefully every time he uses it, he won't destroy his body, he won't hurt himself, and he'll actually be able to control it and actually do more good for other people than do harm to himself. All Might then says, from here on out, I dedicate myself to you, helping you train, helping you become a better vessel, helping you control the power of One for All no matter what. Basically from here on out, All Might is basically going to be a side character, probably teaching Meteora how to use the One for All and everything, and obviously helping everybody out like Kachin, Shoto, and everybody else out. Probably even Idia too. But that does this for this live reaction / review. This is probably how I'm going to do my videos from now on, do a little review at the end of it. But yeah, dislike this video, comment down below on why you liked or disliked it. Also comment down below on what you thought about this chapter of My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia. Comment down below on as well as what you guys think this means for the series going forward. Subscribe so you can see all my other videos when they come out, all that good stuff. And basically that's it. I hope you all have a very wonderful and safe day, no matter what you guys decide to do. Do not text and drive, it's very dangerous and bad and whatnot. But yeah, this does this for my live reaction. Hope you all have a wonderful and good day. This is Firefish Deku signing out. And until next time, everybody, bye-bye.